mindset of you guys? I mean, obviously 2-5, not where you expected to be. Playing a lot of young guys and guys that are playing pretty well. What's kind of the mindset as you head to Kentucky?
Just go out there and play our brand ball. Everybody know we haven't played our best ball all season, but we definitely want to put our best foot forward this coming up Saturday, and just like show progression for the rest of the season. So that's our main team goal right now, is to keep progressing throughout the week, every day, just make each other better, and on Saturdays just go out there and prove what we can do. Go out there and give it 110%.
You had to play as a true freshman, but is it crazy to look around you and there's probably 10 guys that are playing on this team as true freshmen? What have you seen out of on offense and defense? What have you seen out of those guys?
I see a lot of growth. You can see that they are starting to get the game of what football is and what they expect when going onto the field. Those young guys take the field with confidence, something that me personally, I lacked last year going into my freshman season. So with those guys coming in confident and not scared of a challenge, I think we have a bright future with those guys. Not to look too far ahead, but those guys are a huge part of what we are going to be next year, and their development has been crucial this year. So I'm excited to see what they have for themselves in the future.
What about Jay Crawford in particular? How good has he been for a guy that heck, in January, I don't know that anybody expected him to be playing this much.
Jay Crawford has grown a whole lot. Man, he's playing like he's a true sophomore, junior, and like I said, he come out there on that field and he take that field with pure confidence. He's in the playbook as much as you possibly can. He asks questions and means. He's one of those guys that I feel like is becoming a student of the game, and that's what's helping him go out there and play how he's playing. He's a dog. We got plenty of players that I would say are dogs, but he's one of them. He's one of those ones.
Pass rush got home a lot against Missouri. And how critical is that going to be in a matchup like this against Kentucky, knowing kind of what they've been struggling with on offense?
It's going to be pretty big, especially if we can just eliminate their pass game. If we can eliminate it, and we want them to run the ball. That's what we're good at. We're good at stopping the run. I feel like we've stopped the run pretty good all year. So we were wanting them to run the ball. They decided to pass the ball. I feel like we got pretty good pass rushers to go get the quarterback off the spot. Really just get some hits on them, and we got great DBs in the back end that they could cover for us. So I feel like in any phase of the game, if we shut one thing down, I feel like we'll be really, really productive. We just can't give them two options. We gotta give them one option and make them live with it.
Where have you seen the most growth in your game? Where do you feel like you've improved the most from even from the beginning of the year to now?
Just my pass rush ability. Last year I was not a great pass rusher. At the beginning of the year, I was still kind of timid as far as pass rushing, but as the season went on, it just all of a sudden got comfortable for me. So now I just feel natural going out there and working certain moves on third down, transitioning from run to pass on first and second down. So that's why I feel like the most growth in my game has come from.
Is it technique, mindset, or a little both?
It was a little bit of both. I feel like I was a pretty good pass rusher coming out of high school, but high school to college is really nothing. You really can't compare it. So it took a lot more of me learning how to pass rush and what to use against different sets. Because in high school you'll see some of the same sets or tackles wasn't set at all. I mean, but you know, when you get to college, I mean, you got coaches like Coach Trail and Coach Aldridge teaching me how to read sets and what moves to use, what moves will like work for me against those sets. They just slowed the game down for me and allowed me to play faster through it.
Speaking of young guys, Malik's over there, and how much have you seen him grow this year next to you up front?
Malik came in ready to play, in my opinion. Of course, he had a couple technical issues that we, you know, coming from high school, you needed to hone in on. But I mean, he came in ready to play. He had the mindset of he was going to play this year. He had the mindset of he was going to be a huge factor in our defense, and he is. And he is one of our most vital players on defense. He's probably one of our best run stoppers in the interior. And to be a freshman playing against guys like that, I mean, you gotta be some type of special. And for him to do that, I feel like he's a really special character. His brother was a real deal ball player, but I feel like Malik is gonna be an even better ball player than him.
How much do you see kind of Marcus's influence on him as a guy who played with Marcus last year?
He humble as can be. And he keep his head down and he worked. I mean, Marcus was a true student of the game. If you watch Marcus's film from the beginning of the season till we played Alabama at the end of the season, his film hours would triple everybody else's. I mean, I feel like that was one thing that he took from him, and that allows him to play. That allows him to play out of his body. He's shown so much growth from the spring to now. Yeah, he just Malik's gonna be good. Yeah, Malik's is gonna be good.
What about Riddick, watching him from just special teams to now the last 3 or 4 weeks really playing a key role? What's he bring to you?
Energy and yeah, Riddick is electric when he steps on the field. I mean, any one play that he makes or anything that he does, he hypes a teammate up, or if he makes a play, he gets a team hot fire to go out there and do it again. Yeah, he brings a lot of energy to the team. Something that we need a little bit of in critical moments. And man, he brings like a versatility to it, because I mean, Riddick's young and hasn't played a lot of football this year, but when he steps on the field, it's with pure confidence and pure will that he'll go out there and he'll do the best he can. And he does that every play, every snap that he gets, he takes full advantage of it. And you know, he's one of those guys that if I had to put him on the field for one of the last plays of the game, I would, because he goes hard every play and never takes a play off.
Keldric, Coach Freeze shared a story about Robert Lewis. Sent a text team-wide after the game. We talked to Jaron Thompson. He talked about losing contain on that blitz and how he was responsible. It wouldn't happen again. Malik Blockton just told us that it was his gap they ran through on that final touchdown, and he takes responsibility for that. How much do you think it means to this team that players are still taking accountability for what's happening on the field?
That's huge. Because we know where we're messing up at. We know that we're not a whole. We're not like behind everybody. We're 1 or 2 plays away from winning that game. We're 1 or 2 plays away from winning Oklahoma. I mean, everybody realizes that we're not far off, and if we correct some of the few mistakes that we're making, whether it be technical issues or just having football awareness, then we'll end up getting over that hump. I mean, we're climbing the ladder slowly, and so many players are realizing, like, you know, we're almost there. We just need to really just hone in on the little details of it. And like I said, like you said, somebody holding their gap or whatever the case may be the difference between winning and losing. And in this league, that gap is this small. So you're gonna have to almost play perfect to win the game in this league. And that's what we're striving to. We're striving to have a perfect game. We know a game is not going to be perfect, but we're not trying to make as many mistakes as the next team makes. So.
We talk about team unity and staying together when things aren't going as well as you want it to. How much does it mean to have that personal accountability, not be pointing fingers at your teammates?
It shows that the team is not going to be divided, so that when we go out the rest of the season, we can go out there and we can play for each other, not for ourselves. So whenever we step on the field, it's fighting for the brother beside you and not for the name on your back. I mean, the name on your back is what you came here to play for, but once you make the connections with your brothers on this team, you fighting for the name on the front. You fighting for the man beside you. Like your job is to do your job, and when you do your job, you are helping everybody else on this team. So the self-accountability, man, is crucial, and I'm glad to hear that a lot of guys are taking that. Like they're not just pointing the fingers at everybody else.